Howdy howdy, this is Crazy Granny back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I cover round 1 results for the Sentinel and Electro arenas, and then I jump into some round 2 predictions. So the first thing we want to take a look at is round 1 results. So when we take a look at the 5-star feature arena all the way on the left, you can see that Sentinel came in at 31 million with the top 10% at 9.7 million. So this 31 million was a little bit lower than both of the Killmonger scores. So maybe that arena boost bundle that was made available did have an impact. Or maybe this is just less interest in Killmonger. We'll have to get a couple new arena champs to figure this out. But anyway, we'll go that 31 million was what came in with Sentinel round 1. When we look at round 1 4-star feature results, you can see that he came Sentinel, I guess he, she, no, really, who knows, it came in at 11.2 million. Which was higher than even the Killmonger second round score, which I think came into that balance around the 10 million range. That first 6 million cutoff score for the first round of Killmonger is just way too low. People realized and started pushing the number. I think this 11 million is going to be kind of like the balance that we see moving forward for new champs in the 4-star feature arena moving forward. But anyway, its a top 10% tier came in at 4 million. Then we jump over to Electro's 4-star basic arena. You can see that you were able to snag him for that cool low number of 1.8 million, with 11 to 25% at 1.26 million. These numbers were right in line with what we expected for a low interest champ like Electro. Still got some utility, but he's been in the game for a while. Outside of Priest Williamson, who's been on Electro watch, I should say, for a while. I don't know how many other folks are out there after him, but congrats there again, Priest, on getting Electro. But then we jump over to the 3-star feature arena, where you can see Sentinel you were able to snag him for 1 million, or it again for 1 million, and that's a little bit higher, but not too far off away from what we saw for Killmonger. So I think that 1 million number is looking to be the balance that we're starting to see come out now for a new champs in the 3-star feature arena. But what was interesting is that 11 to 25% now pushed back up to 643, which is right around that last milestone. So I think we've normalized around that last milestone for that top shard tier. So anyway, how did these numbers compare to my predictions? Well, for the most part, pretty good. I did overestimate. It was hard to say, for sure what Killmonger. We can only go with those Killmonger scores, but we can see that those kind of push back down now, and hopefully it's closer to 30 million versus 37, and that 37, 38 is what we're only going to see for a Blade-like champ. If we ever see one of those in the near future, we'll have to see here soon. But anyway, you can see the other predictions were pretty close, or at least within that 10% range, maybe a little bit above, maybe a little bit below. So for the most part, we're starting to figure things out. When that, again, like I was saying with Electro, low interest, that was kind of right where we expected. And the newer feature champs, that we're starting to figure things out a little bit. 1 or 2 more arenas with similar setup, with a new champ and a low interest 4-star basic. We'll pretty much have a good trends to base things off of moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, when it comes to round 2, now when we take a look at what we've seen so far with the 5-star feature arena results, with Killmonger again, there was that 35 million, then it jumped to 37. Then with Thor Jane Foster, you can see that she came in at 15 million, then had a bigger jump, a bigger increase all the way to 20 million to get that 5-star. Believe it or not, for that 5-star Jane Foster went for 20 million. You can also see the 10% and the 11 to 30% shard tier line graph starting to trend upwards a little bit, especially the top 10%, with 11 to 30% as well, creeping up a little bit higher round over round. Now, when we jump into the 4-star feature arena results, I want to kind of have you guys focus at that second round Killmonger 10 million score and that top 10% 7 million score. I think those are going to be more the norm for a new champ in this arena versus that first round score we saw 6.4 million over to the left of the circles kind of thing. And then to the right, you can see Thor Jane Foster where she came in. But both rounds there, you can see that there was a slight increase. So I think we will see a number again close to that 10 million score, but then a slight increase. So we got 11 million, expected probably a slight increase to grab Sentinel, the 4-star Sentinel this time around. Now when it comes to Electro, you can see for all these recent low interest champs, Gamora, Civil Warrior, and Spider-Man Symbiote, there was always a slight bump between round 1 and round 2. Guess what? We can expect to see that again here. And then lastly, when we go to the 3-star feature Sentinel, you can see with new champs, Killmonger and Sentinel, you can see that slight increase. I think we kind of found that new equilibrium around 1 million. But again, what was interesting, that 11 to 25% line now is that steady increase. I think we've gotten down to that last milestone reward, and I think that's where we're going to hang for that one. So with all these past results in mind, here are my thoughts for my rough estimates. Again, I don't think I have enough data to you know, feel pretty secure and start actually grading these predictions, just because, again, things have changed quite a bit with the new arena structure, so I still need a few more before I start getting comfortable. But like I showed you a few slides ago, I'm starting to feel pretty good about where things are ending up. But anyway, here are my thoughts for round 2. I think the Sentinel 5-star, you'll be able to snag it for 33 million with a top 10% at 9.9 million. When it comes to the 4-star Sentinel, you can grab it for 11.6 million with a top 10% at 4.5 million. Then we jump over to Electro. You can grab him for 2 million with 11 to 25% shard tier at 1.55 million. And lastly, when it comes to the 3-star feature Sentinel, I think we've seen it coming in right around 1.1 million with the 650,000 for the 11 to 25% shard tier. Now again, these estimates are for the veterans bracket, and these are where the cutoff I think they will actually land. I always like to give a target. If this is where I think the cutoffs will land, here are my targets. Here's where you probably should put that little extra buffer zone, just in case things, you know, we're still trying to figure things out. These are still rough estimates, so if you're really going after, especially like if you're putting in 33 million already, might as well go to 35 million to make sure you get Sentinel. When you're thinking about the 4-star Sentinel as well, if you're going to 10, 11 million, once you go to 12 million to give yourself a little buffer there. And then with Electro, 2.2 million should be fine. And then with the 3-star feature Sentinel, 1.2 million should be fine. Again, these targets are for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the beginners bracket or the intermediate bracket, meaning your account's less than 61 days, 30 days or less for the beginners bracket, there's even less data to kind of base off any of my predictions. So I never really want to give any predictions for those, just some rough ranges based off of my own personal experience, taking into accounts through these brackets here over the last couple months and hearing some, you know, random input from different folks in the community. These are just some rough ranges to consider. For the beginners bracket, 3-star feature Sentinel around 245, the 4-star basic Electro 750, and the 4-star feature Sentinel 1.2 million. Now jumping over to the intermediate bracket, the 3-star feature around 525,000, the 4-star basic around 1.5 million, and lastly the 4-star feature around 1.6 million. Again, these are just some really rough ranges. If you really want these champs, you should push them a little bit harder. And then again, here are my thoughts for the veterans bracket. So anyway, these are my thoughts based off of the limited data set we have with this new arena structure. What do you think? Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Any questions you have about these, throw them on down in the comment section. We can definitely talk about them there. And if you like this video, we really appreciate you smashing that thumbs up like button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel, we'd really appreciate a subscribe. Other than that, thanks a lot for stopping by and have a great day.